Okay, so today's lesson is about dividing fractions, which is 4.8 in the textbook. When we're dividing fractions, we're finding out how many of a certain amount. So when we divide with whole numbers, we can find out how many 5s are in 20 when we do the sum 20 divided by 5. So how many 5s are in 20? So just think of that when you're thinking about the fractions. So we're finding the same sort of thing with division of fractions. So 1/3 divided by 2/3 is the same as saying how many 2/3 are there in 1/3. So we're finding how many 2/3 there are in 1/3 when we divide. Alright, so this is the procedure for dividing fractions. You keep the first fraction the way it is, then we actually are going to change the fraction to multiplication. We're going to change the whole sum from division to multiplication. And when we do that, we have to flip the divisor. So we have to flip this second fraction upside down. So then, and we change it to a multiplication sign. Then we just multiply like normal and simplify if we need to. So I'll just do this example here. 1/2 divided by 1/4. So we write the first fraction as it is, change the division sign to multiplication, and the second number we flip upside down, the second fraction, so it'll be 4/1 instead of 1/4. Then we just multiply like normal. So 4 1s are 4 and 2 1s are 2, and we can still need to simplify it down. It actually comes down to 2. So there are 2/4, 2 1/4 in a half. Now, you might hear the word reciprocal when we're dealing with division of fractions. Now, the reciprocal of a fraction is just when you flip the fraction upside down. So, for example, the reciprocal of 4/8 is 8/4. So we've just flipped that fraction upside down. The reciprocal of 1/5 is 5/1. So just remember that word reciprocal. It means you flipped the fraction upside down. When we're dividing a fraction by a whole number, the only thing you need to remember, like with multiplication, we need to change the whole number to a fraction. Then we repeat the steps 1 to 5. So for example, you can see here that I've already changed the whole number to a fraction, and we all know that it's 3/1 is the whole number as a fraction. Then we follow the steps that I talked about previously. The first fraction remains the same, 5/8. Change the division sign to multiplication, and you flip the second fraction upside down. Then you just multiply like normal. 5 1s are 5, 3 8s are 24. And that is the fraction simplified. We can't go any further than that. So that's how we divide a fraction by a whole number. When we're dividing a whole number by a fraction, we do the same thing. You just have to make sure that you always flip the divisor, so the second fraction over. So here, 7 divided by 3/8 is actually 7/1, so we've changed the whole number to a fraction. Then we've changed the division sign to multiplication and flipped the second fraction over. So 7/8 is 56, and 1/3 is 3. So then we have to find out how many 3s can be divided into 56. So I'm going to do this as a little division here. 3 1s are 3, with 2 left over. 3 7s are 21, 3 8s are 24, with 2 left over. So it's 18 and 2/3. Okay, so when we're dividing by mixed numbers, it's the same thing that we do with multiplication of fractions. So you need to change the mixed number to an improper fraction and then repeat the steps that I told you for the division of fractions. Okay, so 3/5, and then we're going to change the division sign to multiplication, and we need to change this to an improper fraction. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So it'll be 10 quarters. And if we flip that, so that's 10 over 4. So we need to flip that upside down to be 4/10. 3 4s are 12, 5 10s are 50. Alright, so this can at least be divided by 2. So 2 6s are 12, 2 25s are 50. So the answer will be 6 over 25. So 6/25. Right, now this is your turn. I want you to pause the video and have a go at these ones for me. Alright, I'm going to do these for you, so hopefully you had a go yourself. The first step. So we're writing down the first fraction, changing the sign to multiplication, and flipping the second fraction. Then I'm just looking to see if there's any, and if we can do any cancelling out. We can't do any cancelling out, so I'm just going to multiply. 3 9s are 27, and 5 2s are 10. Now obviously this is an improper fraction, we need to change it to a mixed number and simplify if we need to. 2 10s are 20 with 7 left over. So that should have been the answer that you got. Alright, this one, next one is a whole number. So remember, whole number as a fraction is 6 over 1. So it's 6 over 1 times, and then we flip the second one. 3 6s are 18 over 1. Now that equals 18. So there are 18 1/3 in 6. Now, try these ones again, pause the video and have a go at these ones. Alright, I'll do these for you. 3/10, changing it to multiplication, flipping the second one. Alright, so now I'm just going to check to see if we can cancel out. So you can see there's 3's here, we can cancel those, and actually 5 and 10, well 5 will go into 5 and it will also go into 10, so we can actually cancel a lot of these out. So 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3, and then 5 into 5 is 1, 5 2s are 10. So this is the way I'm doing it. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. So there's half, 3/5 in 3/10. Alright, now this one we've got a mixed number here, so we need to change that to an improper fraction. So 7 times 3, 7 3s are 21, plus 4 is 25. So that'll be 25 over 7 as an improper fraction. So it'll be 1/3 times, and we need to flip this, so it's 7 over 25. I can't cancel any of those out, so I'll just have to do the multiplication. And I don't think I can simplify anymore, so that seems to be the answer, 7 over 75. Alright, good luck doing your questions for the division of fractions.